A pure sea of Ducati bikes. I'm at the AMS Ducati dealership to get my bike reprogrammed to accept the Ducati DQShifter. Here at 10 o'clock when they open, or actually 10 minutes before. This is the used bike department back here in the AMS Ducati Dallas, where they store those pre-owned bikes, and the owner has a collection of his own bikes plus his personal race bikes. He's a national champion Ducati racer, or was.
Did you like that video of the AMS showroom? That's an awesome store, man. Marty and the crew there, the owner and the finance manager and the parts guy, they're all, and service is pretty, they're pretty cool, and they know what they're doing. Unfortunate that this bike, you know, and according to the Ducati DQShifter, you couldn't just bolt it on and then have it function. So I had to take it in and have them put that or make it function with the ECU, and they did that. But there was an additional cost potentially to do that. Some bikes may not need to have that turned on, some may, but the fee I was quoted was about $150 in addition to the cost of the Ducati DQShifter. That was $340. So we're looking at close to about $500 to do that. But fortunately, AMS worked with me, and there was a recall that needed to be done, and they made it work where they could get paid for the recall, and then they could flash the ECU and do that while they were doing the recall. So shout out to Marty for getting that fixed, and then Alex is the parts manager, and they were just unaware that this bike had to have that done. So they were very understanding and helped me out, and we're like, yeah, Mr. Thornhill, we'll take care of that. And Marty was very, very quick to, man, on the phone with parts, I mean on service, and we're gonna take care of that, just fix Mr. Thornhill up. So man, love that service. But the shifter, it rained today and I got drenched. My jacket's wet, and I hate riding in the rain because it trashes the bike out and just makes it, the worst thing you can do is ride your bike in the rain and not come home and clean it, and I did that already. It needs to be cleaned a little bit more, but man, so I couldn't get on it hard to you know, test things out. But initially when I started to come home, it wasn't raining, and the DQShifter is just amazing. I love the DQShifter, Ducati DQShifter, and it actually made the clutch, if you're using the clutch, it made the shifts easier, less clunky. So obviously when you're pressing down and pushing up, that sensor in the shifter is recognizing you're getting ready to shift, so it just makes things easier and smoother. But I did play around and blip it down and shift up, you know, and it worked awesome, man. And it's going to be really badass, and I'm you need to get that if you have one of these bikes or any Ducati and you want to be able to have that ability. But also too, before I go, they noticed that when they took everything apart, because to do the brake recall that they had to redo, had to do with the ABS and the brake line and the rotor. I don't know. They had to remove obviously the seat, but they had to remove the tank and some other things to get under and manipulate all the hose for the rear brake. So they had to take the exhaust off, and they noticed in this piece right here that there's the valve that opens up depending on throttle position. And the wire that came around that opens that came up out of its groove, and so it wasn't functioning properly. So he was like, Mr. Thornhill, I fixed that little error that was going on, and the bike sounds completely different now. I don't know how. I mean, I guess I can understand if it wasn't opening fully or allowing all the exhaust out, the note would be quieter, but the bike came alive. It sounds way more raspy. I mean, and I'm not necessarily a raspy kind of person, but it pops and cracks now, and it's probably double as loud as it was. And I'm not a loud exhaust person, but it sounds really good. It sounds like a proper race bike, a proper Ducati now, and I mean, that'll probably help in performance too quite a bit. And it did. I felt it. Everything worked really, really well. So the Ducati shifter, fixing that valve, rerouting that wire around there so that functions properly, and the rear brake being improved. The feel, I've mentioned in past videos that I didn't like the feel of the rear brake. He was like, now you could lock up your rear brake if you've got ABS turned off. You can actually step on the brake and have more feedback from the rear brake. So a win-win situation. I don't want to make the video too long. If you're in Dallas, man, go check out the guys at AMS Ducati. If you come to Dallas, on a vacation or something, that's an amazing place to go to and see the folks there and all the cool bikes and the atmosphere that they have. But other than that, thanks for viewing. Have a great day. Check out future videos that I put out on my Ducati 2020 821 Monster. And bye-bye.